What's up, everybody? Welcome to New Conscious World. I have a very special guest, and let me jump to it. All right, this is Mr. Adam Melvin. I don't know what you go by these days.
I go by Adam from Adam every day, all day.
Oh, you're
always.
right.
I've only gone by
Adam from Adam. Well, I mean spiritual. I mean like spiritual formationalist, mentor,
Today,
creatively enlightened collective.
Today, let's call me Adam from Adam, the spiritual guidance mentor.
Okay, very good. So he is a becoming. Let me just say, in this video, we're gonna dive semi-deep on human design and how it is key, essential, or access to creating a new conscious world, as we talk about on this channel.
A new conscious world.
And I want Adam, because he really has been studying human design for like how many years?
Maybe 7.
7.
Maybe
Okay.
7. Approaching 7.
Yeah. So if you've never heard about human design, unless there's anything you want to say about yourself in particular, okay, good. Okay, no one really cares anyway. Human design. How is this thing? What is it? And how can it really help us create a new conscious world?
The human design system is a map. It's a map, and it's a body of knowledge, and it's a system and a map, and it's a body of knowledge of the uniqueness and the science of the human uniqueness and differentiation of all of humankind, just a differentiation of us as humans, how we are unique and how we are different. It's the science of our differentiation. It's the science of our uniqueness. And it's the science of how we live in line to live in that uniqueness and live in that differentiation for our health, happiness, and our sanity.
So what does that mean for somebody like me, or average person, just someone on the path?
So someone on the path that wants to build a conscious, better world, well, it starts with you living in alignment with how you were designed to be, and you're human. The script for you, the lane for you, the life for you, how to live in line with that life and not living a life of resistance, trying to be someone who you think you need to be or supposed to be. But how do you surrender and align? And the human design body of knowledge, it is designed to be a body of knowledge that just hearing it, all you gotta do is hear it. It's not nothing to apply. There's only 2 parts to apply. Here's how you hear your spirit of truth, and here's your strategy. That's the only thing that you can apply. Everything else is just listening to it and saying, yes, that is me. Yes, that is how I've been living misaligned. That's all you can do is just let it. It's an auto-suggestion. It is a spell. It is a good spell. It's a gospel that when you hear it, it automatically reconfigures and realigns your DNA and helps you become more aware and attuned to how you have been living in misalignment.
How do you learn about your human design? My design.
You can go to Jesus. There's so many different ways, but you get somebody to print out your chart. And even just looking at your body graph already starts unlocking things in you. Because
does the government provide your body graph? Does they get that on your birth?
No, you can. You do need your birth data and your birth time, because it's tracking the neutrinos. Neutrinos is the basic science behind human design. Neutrinos that float through stars. Neutrinos float through space. Neutrinos float through galaxies. And they pass through Earth, and they interact in the fetus of your mother's, when you're in your mother's womb. These neutrino streams are passing through, unlocking DNA or activating DNA activations and DNA alignments that give us our unique body's biochemistry that we need, that's going to create certain urges in us, certain biochemical functions in us that we need to express for our life's health, happiness, and sanity. So you need your birth time, because that's the record of the neutrinos imprint that activated the biofrequency, the biomechanics of your what you are required to express for your health, happiness, and sanity. And then once you get that, you can plug it into
birth time, date, location.
Yep, location. And you need to plug that into, you can go to geneticmatrix.com, mybodygraph.com, jovianarchives.com. You can use gene keys as an interpretation of the human design system. And a whole lot more. I don't know, but there's just
there's a lot. No.
There's a lot.
Why do we need something like human design versus just finding, like, why do we need this system? Why is this the answer versus?
So that's a great question, Trey. And it's believe it or not, our individual selves don't need it for us, because human design, again, it really can't do anything for you except let you say, yes, that's me. You're right. Okay, it's like a here's your human design. All it can help you do is say, damn, this is why I'm so fucked up. Or, damn, this is why I've been living so misaligned. And yes, this is the joy that I want. That's all it can do. And again, it can show you what your strategy and authority is. But the real gift of human design...
strategy and authority.
Yes, your strategy and authority is what it suggests. This is how you can approach life day to day to minimize resistance. Minimize resistance and ride in alignment.
How you make decisions.
How you make the strategy and authority is how you make decisions, how you approach making decisions, and what you rest as the final authority for choosing something to do day to day. How do you hear your yes or no from within? So that's strategy and authority. That's really the basic takeaway from human design that you can get. Learning all of the exhaustive material, all it does is it just activates you to say, yes, this is who I am.
Or structure ego.
Or structure ego. Or offend your ego. But the other real benefit at this time, I think the real benefit is allowing you to understand and come to acceptance the people in your life. Your mother, your father, your brother, your friends, your partners, your lovers, your ex-girlfriend, your future girlfriend, your wives, like all of that. The gift that I believe right now in this world is that it allows us to truly begin to give us something to say. This is how my friend is like. I print out I gave you like a snapshot of my chart. Like, hey, hold me accountable. This is who I am.
Yeah.
So I know who I know who you are. So I know when I'm helping you just hold space for you in any area of your life, I'm holding space for you in light of your human design. And it lets me know I don't have to compare you and be like, why isn't Trey as perfect as I am in this area? Why is he not as great as I am in my...
Not judge.
Yeah. So I don't have to judge you for not being me. Because most of us think... So this is how most humans approach life. Most humans, especially parents, all of us, we all assume we are the same. And if you're not doing what I'm doing, it's because some trauma...
Yeah.
You're some lazy. We assign some inner pathological reason why you're not being like all of us. Like we believe that we're all equally got the same template. Hypocritically, we teach you're unique, you're special. There's nobody like you. No one has your blueprint. But then when we approach everybody like, no, you're just like me. You should have did this like this. You're not doing it because you're a narcissist. You're not being like this because you're this. You're lazy. You must have been the only child because there's all these things we start pathologically assigning to people, thinking that their behavior, whatever they're doing, whether they're not doing, is something that has happened to them to disrupt them from being like me.
Yeah.
And I can teach you how to be like me. Here's how I made.
Here's
how I made a success. This is how I was able to start my Instagram model. And here's how you can do it. And now I'm setting you up for failure because you cannot. I have the channel of social being. That's literally the name of my channel. A channel of a social being. I can't get you to. Here's a class. I could manipulate people and say, here's how I was able to develop my social skill. And this is how I'm able to go out in the world and have confidence to talk to strangers. And people, I want that. I want to develop that. And they can't. I can charge you money to coach them how to be me. But that's one of my lanes. One of my lanes is called the channel of a social being. There's a channel called a channel of charisma. I don't have it, but these individuals, people try to mimic them. They can't mimic them.
In 6 years, you've done how many readings roughly?
Oh, gosh. Human design charts and readings? I don't know.
Over 100?
Yeah, way over 100.
How valid have you seen this science?
It is so valid. It keeps coming back as valid. It keeps coming back as valid. It's like it's valid today, and then it becomes more valid tomorrow. And as the years go by, it becomes even more and more valid. Like, and let's talk example for me, right? I think about one of my channels, the channel of community. Right, I have a channel called a channel of community, And it gives me a consistent life force. It gives me a biochemistry to serve in communities, to be like a glue, to be a glue in a community setting. And even if I'm not trying to be, even if I call myself, I'm taking a break, I'm going to hiatus, I can't. Like, it's not, I'm not saying I can't. It's like community is going to find me wherever I go. And not only does it find me, but to go back to the question, how it keeps showing up is that because that is my channel, no matter if my mind is telling me I don't want to deal with community today, I don't want to be part of community today, when I quit resisting it, I find so much fulfillment and so much satisfaction in my day. There's so much satisfaction for me when I live out of it. But none of our minds do not calculate our life force channels. When you ask your mind, what do you want to do today? It is not going to have anything to do with your life force channels. That's why human design suggests you live by your strategy and authority, following the flow of the spirit, following the flow of being guided by the inner spirit of truth, and let that just lead you to what shows up, and it's going to bring you satisfaction and fulfillment.
So it's not exclusive to any religion, point of view, philosophy, and
it's not at all. But every religion, every philosophy, every enlightenment, personal help, everything fits in it. Any religion that the base of that religion is surrender to a higher power, those individuals, when I read somebody's chart that is subscribed to a religious faith, whether it's Islam, Judaism, Christianity, and these are individuals who are really, really devout. But I don't mean doctrine. I'm not talking about doctrinally devout.
Yeah,
but devout in surrendering their life to a higher power, how they understand the higher power, and how they live out their conviction. When I look at those people, they live in their design, and they don't know anything about human design. They don't know anything about it. But every since I'm like, wow, you're living in your design. However, those of us who are enlightened and everything goes, and I can be whatever I want to become, and I can do whatever I want to do in life, and the world is my oyster, and I can just speak it and make it. We are the people that's suffering the most resistance. Because we're trying to become something that we think we want to become today, versus living surrender to the higher power, the Creator's design for our human.
So are we fixed to only find happiness, success, fulfillment, sanity going one way?
In those life force channels, in the Christian tradition, there's a quote that Jesus says, "Straight and narrow is the way that leads to life, and broad and wide is the way that leads to destruction."
So it's like, it's somebody's destiny to be a farmer. If they're not a farmer because of what farming does to them, then they won't ever find fulfillment.
Yeah, well, let's go deeper.
Okay.
What is the channel that gives them the ability to be a farmer? Let's say it's one of those tribal survival channels from the root. Like, let's say they have the channel 19 to 49, right? That's a root consistent pressure to provide resources, to turn raw resources to feed the tribe, right? If they don't have to be a farmer, right? They may not be the farmer. They may be the manufactured warehouse. They may be the Kellogg brothers who have the $1 billion cereal business. But if they're not living in a lane that is allowing them to provide something, some basic necessity, they will not find a sense of satisfaction daily in their life. So it's about, how do these channels translate into being a farmer? But it may, again, like you said, it may not be a farmer. It could be a person who makes sure that they wash the vegetables at Whole Foods and sets out the produce.
Right. Yeah.
But they're living in that channel of knowing I am providing the basic necessities for individuals. And it could be, that the channels are channels, and the energies can be transferred across many sectors and industries in conjunction with other channels. So it's not like there's a channel that says you're a farmer. But there is a channel that gives a person a consistent drive for the sake of getting resources in the needs of the families and households' needs.
Okay, I just want you to answer a yes or no question as I fire them off. Can human design help you in your sex life?
Absolutely yes. Big yes. Loud yes.
Can it help you make more money?
Yes, absolutely yes.
Can it help you eat better?
Oh, absolutely yes.
Live better, like your physical location?
Absolutely yes.
And it goes deep on all those things.
It goes deep. It shows you here is the best way for you to eat.
Okay,
To
hold on.
metabolize.
Hold on. We're going to do one more video on this. So if you want to watch that video, click that next series because I think it's about to get good. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, check the next one out.
Oh,
Level
yeah.
1. Level 1.